Okay, so I wanted to make another demo video that would show you a little more detail how I would use some of the effects of blending and layering in order to achieve, some of the effects that we wanted for our glamour portrait. I'm already working on. I already have this version in progress, and I'm really still working with my primaries to build up that surface. You can see I've used some tissue for smudging, and I really haven't gotten that far with it. But I wanted to talk in more detail about how I would use these effects to create, first of all, the sort of blush on the cheeks, and then also the effect of the hair. So like layering some sort of burnished or really saturated levels of color with kind of more pointed detailed mark making to express the texture of the hair. So this one's kind of tricky because you can see in my example that there's like this shock of dyed violet hair. I haven't totally figured out how I'm gonna achieve that yet. I think I can maybe do it with my magenta and my blue, and maybe a little bit of the violet. But let's keep that palette in mind. So there's our primary palette, and then our secondary palette. So we'll probably like kind of use them both together for this one. So I wanted to start with the sort of the blush on the cheek, and like as you can see in my example, there's actually like a stray hair that goes across the face, so it'll be a little tricky to capture. You have to like sort of save that highlight, but I do like there's like a shadow of it across the face. So as I analyze the face, I can see like there's sort of there's this blush on the cheeks, which I think I can mostly get with my just using my magenta really lightly. Just putting just enough of that down. So laying just enough of it down that I can then just take a piece of tissue and fold that up into a pad. People use makeup pads for this as well. And really rub it into the paper. And this is one of the things I like about this particular exercise, is that it almost has the same effect on the paper as the blush has on skin. That nice soft edge that it makes. So that's something we played around with in class last time. And I think part of this is like identifying that's a really strong blush that sort of becomes more of a neutral as it goes across the cheek. So expressing a lot of the forms in the face will be more about combining our primaries. I think that's mostly trying to do is basically combine our primaries in such a way that again, using that tissue effect. That it starts to show the structure of the face just through sort of these discrete areas of highlight. And like I'm even gonna try to like this one stray hair that falls across the face. Use the blue to show that very subtle shadow. Even come back with my yellow and burnish some of these colors. So I'm sort of fascinated with the potential of just the three primaries. So I try to take the drawing. I try to take the drawing almost as far as I can with those primaries before I move on to secondaries. Anyway, so that's all how all these sort of soft gradations are achieved. Um, I'm going to go back to my sort of my very roughed in sketch and talk a little bit about how I might deal with this hair texture. So I mentioned that there's this sort of shock of purple hair. So I'm going to see what I can achieve. Think of this almost as a test. I'm going to see what I can achieve with the magenta and the blue. And then I can see how far I can get with blending that with the tissue, which is not bad color wise, but it's not really getting that like that strong effect of that dyed purple. So I'm going to take a little rubbing alcohol with my Q-tip swabs. I'm going to see if I can sort of saturate that color. Well, that's not bad. I feel like I could play around with that some more to heighten that. So the rest of this hair is sort of straw colored. So I'm going to use my yellow. Of course, we can't see all the hair in this image, but you can see some of it. And since it's not straight yellow, I'm gonna add a little bit of processed red to it. And I didn't really mean to make this texture so much, because the next thing I'm gonna do is use my solvent to really saturate that yellow. Push it into the paper. And now I may even like take my pencil and sharpen it even more. And start layering marks, sharper marks, on top of that saturated surface. And I might even combine it with I think I can take that up even a little farther. Sip my Q-tip with the alcohol. just observing in the source image how that layering works. So yeah, just by layering that sort of saturated, this could work in here too. That saturated surface is where the pencil's dissolved by the solvent, or the rubbing alcohol in this case, gives this effect. It's almost like a wash, and it's a nice base for that textural effect of the hair. Yeah, so those are a few techniques you can use with the portrait drawing in particular.